Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is September 28th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the sun rising across Pacific Ocean. You've got some low clouds and some fog into the valley areas of Northern California, Central California, and the marine layers all the way in towards the Los Angeles Metro, San Diego. Here you can see Lake Tulare there on the GOES 18 satellite imagery. It's still out there, folks, and if we have a nice wet winter here, it'll probably persist for at least another year or so. There is some fire activity across the Sierra Nevada. Some of it is prescribed burns, which helps us burn some of this fuel out there that otherwise would burn during a much more severe season. So it gives us a chance to catch up and get rid of some of that fuel for the fires. So anyway, diving into things here, you can see we do have this tropical cyclone here possibly developing, but it should not have any impact here on the southwest. And it's only at 20% down there right now, just barely worth mentioning. Rainfall forecast Friday through Sunday here. Check it out. Not bad. We might even get a little bit of precip down into the valley areas here. Sacramento, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch here. Timing heaviest on Saturday. Snow levels down towards 7,500 feet. Very nice upper level low incoming. Look at this on Thursday, Death Valley 103. Look at Sunday, 84. I mean, you got to get out your long jackets and your long underwear there in Death Valley. That's kind of wild. But in all seriousness, look at the backcountry here. Higher terrain. It is going to get downright chilly, and it's going to get gusty out there. Look at Tonopah only hitting 51 on Sunday. Las Vegas only making it into the lower 70s, and probably will feel a little bit colder with the nice gusty conditions coming here across the area. But look at Needles, big drops coming here. 20 degrees. Lake Havasu City, probably 20-degree drop as well between Thursday and Saturday. Rainfall this weekend, check it out. You could get some across the higher terrain, maybe even a little bit out towards the coastline, some of the Los Angeles and San Diego metropolitan areas as well. Look at the state in Southern California history. Some strong Santa Ana winds in 1970 and 1973. Some pretty lofty temperatures there as well. 1967 had some strong thunderstorms rolling across Southern California with unusually intense lightning and heavy rain. So good stuff there from the National Weather Service San Diego. Strong wind gusts with this upper level low moving down across the area. There are going to be some isolated 50-mile-per-hour gusts probably as well. So watch out, truckers out on those back highways. You know how it goes. You get some of those crosswinds here and you can tip your big rig out there. So anyway, you guys know what to do. National Weather Service, Hanford, again, above 8,000 feet is where the main snowfall accumulations are expected to occur here. Tioga Pass 2 to 3 inches here. Saturday, September 30th, probably being the main day for this. And if you want to save 10% off a nice affordable home weather station, it makes it fun to watch these storms roll into the southwest USA and along the west coast. Click on that link down below to save 10% off. Stores all the data for you in the cloud. Now here we're looking at the European last night's run, and you can clearly see it at 18,000 feet, just nicely carved out over the state of California. Very cold air aloft with this system, and you can see that here, looking at about 18,000 feet again. This is the European total precipitation in inches, and a lot of times these systems are kind of moisture starved, but you still can get some of these isolated areas of heavier precip, especially across the higher terrain, and as you can see across Nevada, some of Utah getting some decent amounts as well. Some precip even possible for northern Arizona, but all the way down through the Southern California mountains, you could get some measurable precip, and some of this could fall as snow, even some of the first snows for some of the ski resorts there across the Sierra Nevada. Now looking at lightning flash density, there is a thunderstorm threat as this system comes. As we go on into Friday, you'll see some of that start to move down across California. Can't rule out a couple thunderstorms with this activity. Then you can see as you get that southwest warm flow out in front of this here with a little bit better dynamics in Cape, you can get some thunderstorms across some of Wyoming and Utah here as we go. But you can kind of see the upper level low over the top of the area here as you go on through Sunday afternoon. Again, a continued chance for a couple lightning strikes. This is total snow 10-to-1 ratio. We put this into motion. You can see that snow for some of the higher terrain, Nevada and the Sierra Nevada here. So heads up. And again, you can kind of see that piling up during the day Saturday here. A few inches can't be ruled out. This is looking at the 80-meter wind speed here in the NAM3 cam. So you'll notice not too bad. Just got that northwest flow down the coastline in the meantime. But once we hit Friday afternoon, you can see the wind really start to pick up across some of the higher peaks here, all the way down through Baja, including Nevada, Arizona, Utah, as this upper level low really strengthens the gradient here and cause some gusty conditions. And so heads up for that, especially across the desert areas and the higher terrain. And this would be looking at Saturday afternoon, the winds continuing here, this upper level low settling across the southwest. Here's 700 millibars, 10,000 feet, and you can see why the gradient is going to tighten so much. Look at this temperature aloft at 10,000 feet. Nice bowling ball feature there setting right up here over over California and Nevada. Nice visual representation of what's going on above us. This would be at 5,000 feet, and this is temperature anomaly at 850 millibars. Look at that, just nicely carved out here across the southwest USA. Take a look at Sacramento here. You can see the ensemble runs. The control calling right around 0.2 of an inch here, but you can see kind of still a mixed bag here on what to expect. We'll be trying to nail down these details as we get closer. These systems a lot of times tend to downtrend a little bit before they get here. So Los Angeles, you can see generally light precipitation amounts, generally less than 1/10 of an inch. Lake Tahoe, of course, better chances, higher terrain here, and it's calling for maybe 1/4 of an inch here in the mean of all the ensemble runs here. Some of these individual runs are higher also. Fresno already downtrended a little bit here, generally maybe 1/10 of an inch or less. Reno, check it out, maybe 0.2 of an inch here also. Lake Tahoe, a little bit of snow starting to show up here. The mean is right around an inch here, so nothing too crazy, but it's one of the first snowfalls of the season. Here's Mammoth. Control and actually had over 3 inches here, and this would be for a Sunday night going into Monday morning. But check out the apparent temperature here on the National Blended Models. So as we go through today, you can see things warm up nicely across the area. Still relatively comfortable, for this time of year. No crazy heat wave going on or anything. No Santa Ana winds for Southern California. But as we go on into Saturday, look at these temperatures. They start to change. Look at that across some of Death Valley here, really cooling down the higher terrain. Nevada, temperatures really going to be falling off a cliff here by the time you go to Saturday afternoon. And by the time you get towards Sunday, look at this, even Las Vegas, probably it's going to feel like the low 70s here. And back that up there. And we'll go ahead and look at Saturday afternoon. Look at this in the Central Valley area. It's going to feel like mid and upper 60s. You're definitely going to feel this here across the area, and it's going to be very comfortable here across Phoenix. Some gusty winds out there, so you might even see some people with their jackets on across some of the desert areas. This is the 24-hour 2-meter temperature change. Check it out. Some places dropping 20, 25 degrees between Friday and Saturday, so heads up for that. You're going to feel this one. But anyway, yeah. Interesting stuff. We'll watch this. We'll try to pin down some more of these details as we go. And yeah, what else? Leave some comments below. Click like and subscribe. And we'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.